To Sean Duffy right now, the former Wisconsin congressman, his read on things. Sean, it's hard to tell where this momentum is going. So many have voted early right now, a record number. In states like Arizona, we'll be getting to that, 80% had already voted going into today. I'm just wondering what you make of that dynamic.
Listen, I think it's hard to tell with the polling, Neil. The pollsters have gotten it wrong for the last three elections and pretty significantly wrong. So you look at that, but you also look at, where's the mood of the electorate? I talk to a lot of candidates. I don't think anybody understands the direction the country's going but candidates. They can tell if they have wind at their back or if they have a wind, to their face. And so many Republican candidates that I speak to are like, listen, this is going to be a big day for us. There's energy on our side. We're winning those independent voters. And we're making up some soft Democrats as well. But in Wisconsin, crime is an issue. I mean, remember we had the Waukesha Christmas parade killer that was horrific for that community. I mean, so crime is on the minds. Those are a lot of suburban women in that area, right around the suburbs of Milwaukee. The southern part, the southeast corner of Wisconsin, which is Kenosha, had the riots. Usually Democrat voters down there, but they've trended Republican because of the crime issue. And then the economy across the state. But in the northern part, I mean, people drive a long way, Neil. This is where my old district used to be. This used to be like dark blue area that's trended really red, and the economy is killing them. They're driving long distances, oftentimes in pickups and SUVs, because they work better in the snow. So they're getting crushed. And so I look at this, and I think this, in Wisconsin specifically, it's going to be a good night for Republicans. And Grady mentioned both Madison and Milwaukee, and he's right. A lot of voters there. But what a lot of Democrats and pollsters sometimes forget about is there's a big state out there, and there's a lot of rural voters. And when you take them in a bunch, they look really small. But when you put them all together, it is a massive voting block that matters in the state. And that's why I think those rural voters, the state usually was kind of a blue trending state. Now you'll say it's kind of purple because the upper part of the state, the rural part, has changed. And maybe I'd also say quickly, there's red shirts and blue shirts. There's not a lot of independents in the state. This is about energy. Who's going to turn out today is going to decide who's going to win. And again, I think the red shirts probably have it.
If you had to advise a lot of your Republican friends and former colleagues, and we've seen this in so many midterm elections, Sean, if you think about it, where the party romps in the midterms and can't keep the mojo going another couple of years. 94 was a good example. Even 1982, when Ronald Reagan looked like he was on the ropes, hard as that is to believe in retrospect. But he won in a landslide going forward 2 years later. How do you keep Republicans in check on this? Don't get ahead of your skis. Remember what doomed the Democrats. If it works out the way you think it will, what do you tell them?
There's a little shiny ball out there called oversight, Neil, and if Republicans focus too much on oversight, and they're going to have to do that. I think they have to do oversight of this administration. But they're not getting elected to do oversight. They're getting elected to actually make people's lives better. And so they have to push, really smart energy reform. And if they have the Senate, they can put it on Joe Biden's desk, make him veto it if he wants, but good legislation on that, good legislation on crime. Try to reform our regulatory system. You do those things that push to fight to make people's lives better, you will be rewarded. But if you get stuck, Neil, just doing oversight and ignoring the plight of the American people, the voters are going to turn on Republicans as well. So they can dance that out. They can do both things, but you can't just do one. And if they do that, they're going to be sorely mistaken. Do oversight, but also focus on the issues that got you into office in the first place.
So I take it from what you're saying, Sean, that this push that some of your old colleagues have about going after Joe Biden, maybe leading impeachment hearings, even Kevin McCarthy was kind of poo-pooing that. I mean, where are you on that?
Well, listen, I think what you're going to see is using money, using the power of the purse to get some reform from this administration, getting compliance with oversight. Yeah, I think that's really important. But I think they're going to look forward. If you're going to have some egregious act from Joe Biden, they might look at impeachment. But again, I don't think impeachment helps the economics, doesn't help the crime, doesn't help the border. I think if you focus on those things, you can actually win elections moving forward. And that doesn't mean you can't look at Joe Biden and what he's doing, but focus on the core issues that got you there that'll make your country better and stronger. As Republicans, they go, listen, I believe in economic growth. I'm a supply sider. I'm a supply side guy. Well, work on the supply side of the economy so you don't have to crush the demand side. They do those things and the economy starts to come back, they'll be in good shape. But one other point, Neil, Once Republicans win, and I think, again, they're going to win the House, we're not so sure on the Senate. I think it's a 51-seat majority.
Right.
All of a sudden, Republicans start to own this economy as well, right? There's joint ownership between Joe Biden and a Republican Congress. And if you don't start to fix it, even though it might be Joe Biden's fault and Democrats' fault, you're going to start to get blamed for it because you're in power and not making it better.
Real quickly, I know we're producing, but I'd love having you on, Sean. Your take on President Trump's remarks about Ron DeSanctimonious. You know them. He didn't follow up with them. He got chastised by many in the party. Divisive language at this stage. Your thoughts?
So listen, the governor has not, DeSantis has not paid homage to the president. He hasn't said, listen, I'm going to back out if you run. It looks like Ron DeSantis may run, and Donald Trump is saying, I'm going to give you a little taste of what you're going to get if you decide to run against me. So think twice, just a little bit, Neil. And people love or hate Donald Trump, but one thing he's really good at, I can remember the name of I won't repeat it, but Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz and Jeb Bush. He's really good at this, and I don't think Ron DeSantis has any ability to play that kind of game with Donald Trump. And again, he's making him think twice before he makes a decision about getting in the race for the presidency.
I'm trying to come up with a name for you. We'll find
I'm
something
doing a lot
else.
of pointing here, Neil. Sorry.
All right. All right. Thank you, my friend.